Sagittarius season is upon us. Hello, beautiful people. Life can be a challenge, but at least we have each other. Yes, the sun will be transiting through the sign of Sagittarius from November 21st through December 21st. And within that time frame, Mercury will be going retrograde from November 25th through December 15th. So in this video, I'm gonna go over how these two energetic shifts will affect your individual sign and the best way to most effectively navigate these major energetic openings. Okay, no more wasting time. Let's go. Sagittarius season will begin when the sun enters Sagittarius on Thursday, November 21st at 7:56 p.m. Universal Time, which will be 2:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11:56 a.m. Pacific Time, and for those of you that live in the Southern Hemisphere, this will be 6:56 a.m. on Friday, November 22nd in Sydney, Australia, and 9:56 p.m. also on Thursday, November 21st in Johannesburg, South Africa. Now let's find out the best way to make the most of this energy. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion, wisdom, and adventure. Sagittarius season invites you to step beyond your comfort zone and embrace the vastness of possibility and exploration. This is a time to broaden your horizons and seek knowledge while chasing the experiences that ignite your spirit. With Sagittarius's mutable energy, you're encouraged to stay open to change and be adaptable. The one thing we can depend on in life is that everything changes. Nothing stays the same, so embrace the fire of this Sagittarius sun and challenge yourself to engage in constant growth by letting curiosity guide you toward new paths and unexpected insights. So let's celebrate all of those enthusiastic, free-spirited Sagittarians out there as we all harness the adventurous energy of Sagittarius to fuel our self-discovery and growth. Happy Sagittarius season. Now let's find out how this Sagittarius season and Mercury going retrograde in Sagittarius will affect your individual sign. Okay, my powerful Aries, when the sun shifts into Sagittarius for you, this will be in your 9th house. So Aries, it is celebration time. For the next 4 weeks, life is about to get a lot more exciting. Now, if you're ready and open to it, which I know as an Aries you are, so as you are stepping into Sagittarius season or stepping along the way, depending on when you are watching this video, it will be very important to do your best to not allow all of the discourse or confusion in the outside world to affect your optimism about your personal life situation. In terms of making sure that you focus on the things that you can control, which are how you perceive the world around you and the choices that you make accordingly. So optimism and change in perspective is key, Aries. The reason why Sagittarius is known as the optimist is because they are the sign that's most capable of expanding the perspective to know that there always is a way, regardless of the circumstances. There's always a solution based on how you view a problem or the circumstances that you're in. And this is also why you are so compatible with Sagittarius energy, because as a fellow fire sign, you too have that fiery perspective of there is always a way. The thing is that as an Aries, you can sometimes get caught up in the distractions that trigger your emotions, and that can throw you off course. So make sure that you consciously decide to, yes, focus on the things that bother you, that you can do something about, but if there is nothing that you can do about something that does bother you, then acceptance is key, and moving forward is key. This will be a time of increased fortune, and it will be a time where having new experiences will be so important in terms of assisting you when it comes to manifesting the things that you are working on manifesting right now. Having these new experiences will lead to new creative ideas, and it will also lead to you expanding your circle of friends and network of people that can play a major role in you advancing your life situation, Aries. Now let's talk about how this Mercury going retrograde in Sagittarius from November 25th to December 15th is going to affect you, because it will also be in your 9th house. Unfortunately, this means for you, especially Aries, that travel can bring a whirlwind of unexpected events. So if you do travel, just make sure to follow the Mercury retrograde protocol of preparing for delays, double checking all of your flight information, make sure you pack everything that you need, be very diligent when it comes to the details. The positive thing about this Mercury retrograde is it will also increase the likelihood of you connecting with someone that you had a brief encounter with, or someone that was a friend that the friendship faded away for whatever reason, but this person is likely to come back around, and you find now that you can deepen this relationship with them. More than likely, this person is going to be from a different background or culture than you, and this connection will serve to have a very positive effect on your life moving forward, Aries. So overall, Aries, Sagittarius season is an excellent energy for you if you've been feeling stuck or stagnant or uninspired by life, things are about to change, and they're about to change for the better. So hit the reset button. Also recognize that Mercury retrograde may amplify your doubts when it comes to your belief systems, but this can also be a great thing because it will just inspire you to do what Sagittarius is all about, which is restructure and renew the way that you see the world around you and your excitement for life regarding your life experiences. So embrace this energetic opening and happy Sagittarius season, Aries. Okay, my powerful Taurus, when the sun shifts into Sagittarius for you, this is going to be in your 8th house. So Taurus, after a time period that was focused on the relationships in your life and understanding the part those people and those connections would play in your life, you are now stepping into a 4-week period of realizations, new understandings, and a time where self-mastery is key. Now, when I say self-mastery, this just means that the 8th house energy is a time where if you are ready to be honest with yourself in terms of the habits that you want to break or the perspectives that you want to change or any past pain that you know still weighs heavy on you and you're ready to let it go, this Sagittarius season is bringing the 8th house energy that can really assist you in doing this. Now, this will be a fantastic time to do so because Capricorn season is going to be right around the corner, and that's a great time for you. Capricorn season is also the ending of 2024 and will be taking us into 2025. So Taurus, the more you resolve and release any negative energy from your life up until this point, and then transmute that energy into more supportive and productive energy, the more you can be sure that you can finish off the remainder of 2024 working at optimum power, and the more you can be confident that you will be stepping into 2025 ready to make the most of that year, not carrying any baggage with you that might weigh you down. Now let's talk about how this Mercury going retrograde in Sagittarius from November 25th to December 15th is going to affect you. This will also be in your 8th house, so this will assist you in identifying what those changes that we were just talking about might be. Meaning Mercury retrograde will serve to bring up issues from the past and amplify the feelings connected to those issues. So if something comes up and you approach the situation by asking yourself, what part did you play in that situation? Not in terms of who's to blame, because this isn't about blaming yourself. It's about recognizing what way of thinking or what habit or what behavioral pattern do you have that played a part in creating that situation. So that way you can say to yourself, okay, this is what I need to change and transform. So that way, not only will you not repeat the situation, but you can also be grateful for the experience because it taught you something valuable about yourself and how you can improve when it comes to loving yourself more and making decisions accordingly. Now, Mercury retrograde may also bring up some financial issues because it is in your 8th house. And if it does, just know that this is an opportunity to resolve those issues in some way. And if it's something like a bill that you owe and you don't have the money for it at this point in time, this will be about sitting down and coming up with a financial plan for yourself where you factor in how and when you can pay off that bill. And you can also establish a plan for yourself with the goal in mind of making more money and working towards financial freedom, Taurus. Now, if you are in a relationship, this may bring to light the fact that the two of you need to spend some time discussing finances and how you plan to navigate that part of the relationship. If it does come up, do your best to approach it from a team perspective. And that doesn't always mean that you have to blend finances. You may not be there yet, but it does mean that you can approach the topic in a way where the goal is to make sure that you both feel good about how you are going to handle this topic as a couple. So overall, Taurus, Sagittarius season and this Mercury retrograde energy may prove to be a little heavy and it may prove to be a bit of an intense time, but it is an opportunity, an excellent opportunity to make everything you have learned and gone through in 2024 worth it by using that information and those experiences to grow into a more confident, capable, self-loving individual that is ready to manifest the life that you know you are capable of manifesting. So embrace this energetic opening and happy Sagittarius season, Taurus. Okay, my powerful Geminis, when the sun shifts into Sagittarius for you, this is going to be in your 7th house. So Gemini, it is your turn to face the topic of relationships. Each sign has to go through this once a year and it is your turn. Meaning that for the next 4 weeks, life will be bringing you opportunities to get this part of your life in a place that is healthy, supportive of you thriving, and fulfilling, which sounds great, but it is likely to come with some challenges because for some reason, we as humans learn more effectively and efficiently through facing challenges. Now, this doesn't mean that this is something that you should be afraid of or nervous about, but what this does mean is that this is something that you should definitely prepare yourself for, because preparation means you are ready for progress. So if you are in a relationship and conflict seems to be reaching a fever pitch, instead of allowing yourself to go down the unproductive road of frustration, point proving, blaming the other person, instead of that, challenge yourself to find the solution with your significant other. A solution that is in the form of actions that both of you can take to work together to resolve the issue, to keep the issue from coming up again, and to deepen the relationship as you move forward. If you are single, this 7th house energy can prove to bring someone into your life with romantic potential, which can be very exciting. And if you have had a hard time manifesting a relationship, this 7th house energy can really assist you when it comes to identifying where you may have blockages in your perspective and your beliefs about relationships that may be leading to the results that you have been getting on your quest for love. And this, by the way, is not to blame yourself or to say it's your fault you're not finding a partner or get down on yourself. It's to assist you in understanding that so much of what we manifest has to do with how we look at the goal that we're going after, our thoughts around that topic, and this 7th house can help you identify how those belief systems can shift in a way that can work in your favor. Also know that the 7th house can apply to other types of relationships as well. The focus may be more intense on romantic connections, but if there are any friendships or family relationships or even work relationships that need some tending to, don't be surprised if circumstances arise that give you an opportunity to address these connections as well. Now, not only will the sun be in Sagittarius in your 7th house, but Mercury will be going retrograde from November 25th to December 15th in Sagittarius in your 7th house also. So don't be surprised if a romantic interest from the past comes back around, and if so, make sure you remember why you disconnected in the first place. And this isn't to say that there isn't some sort of potential around this circumstance, but it is to say, make sure that they are coming back around with some different energy, because if they have that same old raggedy energy that you disconnected with them for in the first place, then you will get the same old raggedy outcome. Now, if you're already in a relationship, the 7th house energy can bring up an issue from the past that the two of you thought you were past, but it will be revealed that it is not completely resolved, and this will be an opportunity to resolve it, which can be frustrating, but worth it if you approach the situation as just that, an opportunity for resolution, knowing that if you approach it this way, it is likely to result in deepening the connection between the two of you. So overall, Geminis, the Sagittarius energy and this Mercury retrograde energy is sure to shake up your world of relationships. But if you approach this astrological phase utilizing your talent for communication, for connection, and for understanding, while being self-aware and while approaching whatever shows up from a solution-oriented perspective, this can end up being an incredible and much needed shift in this area of your life, which is very exciting. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy Sagittarius season in Gemini. Okay, my powerful Cancerians, when the sun shifts into Sagittarius for you, this will be in your 6th house. So Cancers, this is that time of year where you are going to truly set the tone of momentum for 2025. And by that, I mean that our lives are created on a daily basis by the choices that we make, because the choices that we make result in determining where our focus is going and what we give our energy to. And as you know, where your energy goes is what will grow in your life. And this 6th house is a time to come up with your daily routine, Cancers, your daily set of activities that you know that if you are consistent with these, this will result in you giving energy to the areas of your life that you want to see grow. There's no better time of year for you to do this, because this energy of the Sagittarius sun will be just the wave of clarity that you need in order to finalize this plan. And when you make the plan, do so with first determining what you want to manifest in 2025. Make a list of your top 3 goals, one for career, one for relationships, and one for personal. And career and relationships are pretty straightforward, but when it comes to your personal goal, that can be something like getting in better shape physically and mentally by working out or having a daily meditation routine. And I only say top 3 goals because you also want to minimize exactly where you're putting your focus, because the more focus you have to put into these 3 very specific areas, the more likely you will be to see results. Because otherwise, if you have a list of 20 things you want to accomplish and you're trying to give energy to all 20 things, it's going to be much less likely that they will grow with the momentum and the speed that they could if you were consistently focusing a larger majority of your energy on fewer things. Also, if you have 3, as you start to complete those, you can cross them out and then create another one. Okay, so moving on to the other things that are likely to come up for you during this 6th house energy. You are likely to gain momentum and clarity when it comes to your work situation. So this is a doing cycle when it comes to your professional world, Cancers. Sometimes it's about planting seeds of intention, and yes, with your schedule, you will be doing so, but for 2025. However, right now, you can still make major headway in 2024 when it comes to your career by putting your confidence, your intentions, and your consistency, that's the most important part of this, to work right now, and you will be highly likely to get results. Now, the other area that is likely to come up is your health. And this just means that if there's anything that you have been avoiding health-wise, or if you have been neglecting your health in some way, you are likely to see the results of this during this time. But just know, if something does come up, see it as an opportunity to tend to your health and to begin to counterbalance whatever these effects are and begin that healing process. And this will take me into this Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius situation that begins on November 25th and will continue until December 15th, because this will further amplify the likelihood of some illness that you thought you may have been past coming back around, especially if you've been a little relaxed in terms of your health and wellness practices. But again, this will just be so you can tend to the issue, so that way you are stepping into Capricorn season and the beginning of 2025 healthy, strong, and confident. Mercury retrograde is also likely to bring some frustrations and complications to your professional world as you are giving energy to creating more momentum. So if things come up that are causing challenges, do not think to yourself, okay, these challenges are coming up because they're indicating to me that I'm on the wrong path. Instead of seeing it that way, see the challenges as signposts in the road to assist you in going in the right direction at the right time and pace. Some things may slow you down. Some things may challenge you to look at the situation differently, which could lead to new creative ideas. This is a time to remind yourself that the universe is always working in your favor as long as you are working in your favor and you are working with it. Of course, stick to what it is that you want, but be open to adapting along the way. So overall, Cancers, this is going to be a very exciting time for you that will require hard work. It will require focus, consistency, like I was talking about earlier, patience, and confidence. Use this time to prove to yourself how good you are at all of those things. Trust me, the rewards will be worth it. So embrace this energetic opening. I believe in you, Cancers. You can do this. And happy Sagittarius season, Cancers. Okay, my powerful Leos, when the sun shifts into Sagittarius for you, this is going to be in your 5th house. So Leos, you can inhale a breath of excitement and you can exhale a sigh of relief, because the next 4 weeks are set up to bring you good fortune, new experiences, new opportunities, some romance, and creative inspiration. Now, during this time, Mercury will also be going retrograde, but don't worry, I'm going to prepare you for the best way to make the most of that energy and have Mercury working in your favor. So when it comes to the sun being in Sagittarius, it is important to recognize that you will be doing yourself a disservice if you are carrying any worry with you into this season. Your thoughts create things, and your perspective and subconscious programming have so much to do with what your experiences will be. So Sagittarius season is a time for you to hit the reset button, Leo. It's time to say yes. Many challenges have come. Many unforeseen, frustrating circumstances have definitely come your way, but if you trust that the universe is always on your side, it's always working for you, then you can accept that somehow the circumstances that you have experienced have been in your best interest. So it's your job to be excited when it comes to the next 4 weeks in terms of how you will be able to now reveal how those challenges have helped you to get to where you are, and how those challenges will inform you on the best way to get to where you want to go. Now, the 5th house energy is about reminding yourself of what you love. If you're a musician, this is time to remind yourself of how much you love music. If you are a teacher, this is time to remind yourself of how much you really love sharing information and empowering the minds of others. And outside of any professional world, this is the time to remind yourself that life is meant to be enjoyed. So make sure to make time to do the things that you enjoy. As you shift this perspective to appreciation and enjoyment and having fun, your experiences will take on a different tone. You will attract the people and experiences that match your vibration of excitement, and things will begin to shift, Leo. This will be a time where creative ideas that come to you should not be ignored. Sagittarius season is an opening that brings inspiration, and this inspiration is not for entertainment. It's to assist you when it comes to channeling this inspiration through you and then manifesting the results of that inspiration into the physical world. Also, if you have been looking to manifest love in your life, this 5th house transit increases the likelihood of you meeting someone with some romantic potential, or if you are already in a relationship, this is a time where the connection will deepen. And if you're in a relationship and the two of you have been wanting to have kids, this is a time where the odds of conceiving are heightened. Now let's talk about this Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius that will be taking place from November 25th through December 15th, because this will also be in your 5th house, meaning you may have some romantic connection from the past that comes back around. So be prepared for that in the way that it could be the universe's way of making sure that you have moved on in your life and you love yourself enough to not make the same mistakes that you may have made in the past. Or this could be the universe's way of bringing an opportunity back around for a dynamic with this person that could end in a positive way, or that could proceed to be positive, or that could continue to be positive. Only you will be able to determine what this experience will mean for you, but make sure to approach the situation with awareness and honor your truth in the process. This retrograde also offers an excellent opportunity to revisit creative ideas or unfinished projects and finish them now with the right timing. So as long as you look at this retrograde as a time to revisit energy that needs to be resolved and released or renewed, then you will end up making the most of this transit. So overall, Leos, both the Sun in Sagittarius and this retrograde in Sagittarius will be working in your favor. This is a very compatible energy for you, and this is likely to be a time of advancement, of expansion, and overall excitement. So make sure to have the right mindset so you can capitalize on this energy. Embrace this energetic opening, and happy Sagittarius season, Leo. Okay, my powerful Virgos, when the sun shifts into Sagittarius for you, this is going to be in your 4th house. So Virgo, more than likely, you are coming out of a 4-week period that was pretty busy and even a bit chaotic and productive, but challenging in many ways. So odds are you may be feeling a bit exhausted physically and mentally. Well, the good news is that it's okay, because for the next 4 weeks, the universe is offering you a phase where you are meant to take a bit of a break and recharge. Now, as a Virgo, you are notorious for overdoing it when it comes to the amount of energy that you give to work and to worrying. So this is that once a year opportunity for you to take a deep breath and give yourself permission to step away from the external world for a bit, quiet the mental noise, and take some time to yourself to restructure your personal environment and your foundation. We are quickly approaching the closing of the year, and with that, it is so important to take time to assess your life situation so that way you can begin to declutter, release, and restructure your foundation in a way that will set you up to be supported and confident as you move forward into the remainder of 2024 and the start of 2025. So Virgo, you want to first start this process with your inner home. And by the way, this is going to go hand in hand with the Mercury retrograde energy that begins on November 25th and continues through December 15th. Because as the Sun in Sagittarius is urging you to declutter your spiritual energy by releasing any negative emotions or frustration, any sadness or pain that may be lingering from experiences of the past, Mercury retrograde is bringing the opening for conflicts from the past, especially those with family members, to come back around. So Mercury and the Sun will actually be working hand in hand to assist when it comes to bringing the things to the surface that need resolving and releasing. So no avoiding, Virgo. No focusing on tasks in order to keep yourself from focusing on you. No telling yourself that you are not even going to talk to those people that you may have conflict with because you know how they're going to respond. This is the time to really face these things head on, because the energy is supportive of resolution, as long as you approach the situation from a solution-oriented perspective and not a point-proving perspective. This way, with these conflicts resolved, you are able to release the energy, take the lessons with you, and have peace of mind moving forward, which will create space for you to bring in new experiences and and feelings of excitement and fulfillment. Now, this will also apply to your outer home. Your environment is extremely important to your overall energetic disposition, Virgo, and if your environment is cluttered or chaotic, then this is a direct reflection of the energy you are carrying around with you inside. And the sun will also be working with Mercury retrograde to bring these things to the surface in order to give you the opportunity to resolve any issues, so you can move forward without carrying any unresolved issues with your living space into next year. So Mercury retrograde may bring to light certain things that need to be fixed in the home. So be ready for some home repairs to come up. Now, if you have roommates, this is the time to have any necessary conversations regarding some of their habits that might not be working for you. The sun is also bringing the opportunity to come up with a plan to move if you're unhappy with your living situation, or if you're in a relationship, this may be the time where you finalize if you two are going to move in together. Or if you already do live with this person, you may need to have some conversations in order to keep the dynamic positive. Overall, Virgo, this is a time that is so much more about you making sure that where you live has energy that is conducive to you being able to relax there and recharge and have your home as a sanctuary, so you can keep your energetic balance in a place that energizes you, so that way when it is time to go out into the world, you are working at optimum power. This applies to your inner home as well. Don't forget that. The more you release any negative emotional energy and resolve any conflicts, the more you can rest assured that you will feel optimistic and lighter and ready to put your best foot forward while enjoying life and having the foundation of peace. So take this time for yourself, Virgo, to tend to these things, because Capricorn season will be here before we know it, which will be a time for you to take this renewed energy and really step into a strong momentum when it comes to manifesting the vision that you have for yourself into reality. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy Sagittarius season, Virgo. Okay, my powerful Libras, when the sun shifts into Sagittarius for you, this is going to be in your third house. So Libra, I want to first let you know that Sagittarius season is a very compatible energy for you in terms of bringing new opportunities, bringing you more physical energy, and even elevating your overall mood. So you can look forward to a 4-week period of feeling good and feeling energized, which is definitely going to work in your favor. Now, that being said, do not expect this to be a relaxing 4 weeks. The third house energy is basically like a month of controlled chaos. So be prepared for many social events to be going on that you are invited to. And I know that in itself for a Libra can be daunting, but be ready for it. Also be ready for new opportunities and connections to be made regarding your professional world, which can also be good, but it does put more on your plate. So it will be very important for you to really focus on taking things one step at a time, making sure you get enough rest, and making sure to have a schedule that you keep in terms of knowing what you are doing each day and when, so that way you don't get overwhelmed in the process, which brings me to this Mercury retrograde situation. Mercury will be going retrograde from November 25th through December 15th, and it will be retrograde in Sagittarius, which also means this will be in your third house. So you will be likely to experience the usual Mercury retrograde drama, and what I mean by this is Mercury is ruled by Gemini, and the third house is also related to Gemini, which connects you back to Mercury energy. So the communication and technology sector of your life is likely to experience some confusion. That being said, this is nothing to fear. This just means as you engage in all of the things that you will be engaging in during Sagittarius season and this Mercury retrograde transit, be patient. Patience is key, Libra. Slowing down and paying extra attention to details will also be key. Also being very deliberate with your words when communicating, in order to keep yourself from any unnecessary conflict caused by misunderstandings, and listening very closely and making sure to take things literally without reading into anything. This will also be very important. So if you find yourself in a conflict of some sort during this time, immediately take a moment and communicate for clarity. If something or someone rubs you the wrong way, make sure and ask the person or ask questions about the situation to whoever can give you information of what exactly is going on. What exactly did this person mean by what they said? This way you can be 100% clear of the meaning and their intention, so you can make your decisions accordingly. Also expect some annoying things like computer crashes or apps not really working properly. This is where your patience is going to come into play. The good news is, if you have had any misunderstandings with a friend or a neighbor or someone in your close circle, this retrograde retrograde energy and the Sun in Sagittarius combo will more than likely bring this issue up, so that way you have the opportunity to resolve it once and for all. So Libras, overall, the Sagittarius energy is very positive for you, so you can rest assured that whatever does take place during this time, you will make it through and you will be better for it. But it is likely to be a bit of a bumpy ride, but you will be prepared, and preparation is everything, because you being prepared means that you're going to make sure that your perspective and your consciousness is in a place that will assist you in making the most of these transits, so that way you can keep the momentum of success and fulfillment going as we approach the ending of 2024 and start the beginning of 2025, which is very exciting. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy Sagittarius season, Libras. Okay, my powerful Scorpios, when the Sun shifts into Sagittarius for you, this is going to be in your second house. Okay, Scorpios, so hopefully you have just had a fantastic rebirth season. I know a lot was and is still currently going on in the world. However, this is your time to step into this new chapter of your life with a vision for yourself that is rooted in optimism, because you are going to be reminding yourself that although we cannot control many things in this world, the one thing that you can always control is your perspective, how you choose to look at things, and how you choose to move forward accordingly. And this Sun and Sagittarius energy being in your second house is opening up the opportunity for you to spend the next 4 weeks determining for yourself what truly matters in your life. Now, when I say what matters, the second house focuses more on the material world. And as a Scorpio, your depth of understanding puts you at a place naturally where you really think of what matters in terms of more of a spiritual perspective, with a spiritual foundation. But it is important to remember that we are spiritual beings, yes, but we are having a physical experience. And in the physical world that we live in, money plays a large role. And understanding that the more money you have, the more freedom you have. So the second house energy opens up the opportunity for you to make your relationship with financial abundance a top priority. So if you have had a challenge attracting wealth up until this point, this will be the time to restructure the way that you view financial abundance by recognizing that money, like everything else that exists in this physical realm, is energy. And the more of that energy that you attract, the more freedom you will have to share and to do the things that you want to do in your life. But in order to attract that freedom, in order to attract that energy, you must have your energetic vibration at a place that reflects the level of abundance that you desire. And to do that, it is important to know your self-worth is at the root of that energetic vibration. And this is where Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius from November 25th to December 12th is going to come into play. By this I mean Mercury retrograde is likely to bring up circumstances that will give you the opportunity to bring your awareness to your relationship with self-worth. A situation may come up where someone that you are in a relationship with, or that you're interacting with or dealing with, will be treating you in a way where you know you deserve better. And how you respond to this will assist you in seeing your level of self-worth. Do you resolve the issue by establishing what you deserve and then communicating to make an agreement to move forward with the relationship if and only if the dynamic between the two of you is one where there is a balance of give and take, where your boundaries are honored and where you receive the level of love and respect that you require in order to feel loved? Or do you engage in conflict but ultimately sacrifice your self-worth to stay in the connection, or just cut it off completely with no resolution? Circumstances may also come up that help you identify the way that you see money, like an unexpected bill showing up. And if this does happen and it brings fear, indicating that you operate from a perspective of lack, that will give you the opportunity to recognize that part of your consciousness around money is from a place of lack. Now, I know when an unexpected bill shows up, no one celebrates. However, there is a response where you may think to yourself, yes, this sucks, but let me handle this and move on because I'm in the flow and this will not throw me off balance. I will still continue to attract money and I'll make sure I always have enough and more. But if you're the type of person who reacts to that unexpected bill as thinking to yourself, yes, this sucks, this world is unfair, everyone is money hungry, etc., which are valid points, but points that represent a way of thinking that does not lead to a productive, positive relationship with attracting wealth. Now, this Mercury retrograde and the Sun in Sagittarius may also bring unexpected money your way, which is nice, but it is important to remember that overall, this 4-week period of Sagittarius season, including the Mercury retrograde energy, is all working in your favor to assist you in establishing what your relationship with financial wealth, with abundance, and the material world is going to be for the next 12 months, Scorpio. So keep that in mind as you navigate this Sagittarius season, because with the right perspective, you can make a major shift, starting a strong momentum of self-worth, a strong momentum of abundance, and ultimately freedom moving forward, which is very exciting. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy Sagittarius season, Scorpio. Okay, my powerful Sagittarians, it is finally here, your season. And I want to wish all of you good time, ambitious, intelligent, unpredictable, and hilarious Sagittarians out there, a rebirth season filled with excitement, abundance, new experiences, romance, achievement, laughter, and most of all, love. So happy birthday, Sagittarius. Now, when the sun shifts into Sagittarius for you, this will be in your first house. So this is gonna be a thrilling 4-week period for you, but a tricky one as well, because Mercury will be going retrograde from November 25th through December 15th. So here is what to expect and the best way to make the most of this energy. Now, hopefully you spent Scorpio season taking a long, hard look at your life and assessing what it is that you want more of and what it is that you want to let go of. Now, I say hopefully you did, because the more clarity of intention you have as you step into your season in terms of what it is that you want, the more the universe can work with you to bring those things your way. Also, the more you have released in terms of negative experiences, emotions, and belief patterns, the more the universe can fill that space with experiences and belief systems that better match the life that you envision for yourself. Remember, what we manifest in our outer world is a direct reflection of what is going on inside. So you can expect, if you have been wanting to manifest more money, for more opportunities to come your way that will yield financial gain. If you have been wanting to manifest romance, you can also expect to attract people and experiences that stir up that romantic potential for romantic connection, really starting to gain some momentum in these areas. Now, the reason I said that it was tricky regarding the Mercury retrograde is because this Mercury retrograde energy is also in your first house. So as you embark on this chapter of new energy, Mercury retrograde will absolutely bring up anything that is unresolved. Now, this could lead to you questioning yourself in ways that you usually don't, Sagittarius, meaning generally speaking, you are a confident person in terms of when you make a decision, you have confidence in that decision. However, Mercury retrograde may turn up the volume on that voice of doubt in your head that we all have. And in the midst of you making decisions, you may begin to think, is this the right decision? Am I making the right choice? Now, instead of allowing this to derail you, just check in with yourself. Ask yourself what it is that you truly want relative to that decision, and then ask yourself, does the decision support that true desire? And if it does, well, it's the right decision, because as long as you are honoring your truth, you cannot go wrong, because the universe is always working with you and for you. So if you are doing the same and working in your soul's best interest while honoring your truth, then whatever shows up will somehow, in some way, be there to assist you in getting where you want to go. So use that Sagittarius optimism even in the face of these things that the Sun and Mercury retrograde may be bringing up, any unresolved issues like we were talking about. Because if they do show up, see it as an opportunity to resolve these issues once and for all. Don't take them into the remainder of 2024 and the start of 2025. This also means that opportunities that may have passed you by or not worked out in the past for whatever reason, they may be circling back around during this time, which is very exciting. So overall, Sagittarius, this 4-week period is going to be a time of shedding the old, stepping into the new, with a very positive energy of momentum on your side. And this will also be a time where you have the opportunity to revisit, resolve, and release, if necessary, any circumstances from the past that need tending to, which will make certain that you finish up your season with a clean slate, ready to hit the ground running, making the most of the remainder of 2024 and the start of 2025. So embrace this energetic opening. Happy birthday and happy Sagittarius season. Okay, my powerful Capricorns, when the sun shifts into Sagittarius for you, this will be in your 12th house. So Capricorns, it is your turn to go through the 4-week period that I call the spiritual retreat. And this is going to be a good one for you because you also have the help, yes, the help of Mercury retrograde that will be in Sagittarius as well, so also in your 12th house. and it will be retrograde from November 25th to December 15th in case you missed those dates in the opening of this video. Now, the reason I say this is the spiritual retreat season is because whenever the sun is in the 12th house, this is the time, that one time of year, where you have the strongest connection to your subconscious. This is where so much information can be revealed about where you are in your life, what has happened to get you there, and what you might need to transform in order to go wherever it is that you want to go. So Capricorns, do not be surprised if you find yourself seeing certain numbers repeated, which will be bringing you certain messages. Also, don't be surprised if you find yourself not feeling quite as social or open. And if you do start to feel this way, don't be hard on yourself. Just know that this is a temporary phase and you are feeling less motivated to be social, because that is your soul's way of letting you know that now is the time to focus on you and your inner world. This is an excellent time to get a reading or to pick up a spiritual book that can open your eyes to a new teaching or understanding. This is an excellent time to get a therapy session. It's a great time for consistent journaling, meditation, or prayer. Whatever practice you have that you know works for you, this is the time to implement that practice. Now, this is also where Mercury retrograde is going to come in handy, because given the fact that this is also in your 12th house, this retrograde energy will be the exact assistant that you will need to benefit from, because it will be sure to open the door to things from the past that need to be resolved. So don't be surprised if certain feelings that you thought you were past resurface. And also, you may experience a certain relationship from the past resurfacing. If anything like this comes up, just know it is an opportunity for you to make sure you learned the necessary lessons from that experience. And it's also coming up to give you the opportunity to resolve the situation once and for all and approach it differently, because resolving the situation and going through the experience from a new perspective, you will be giving yourself the opportunity to do exactly what the 12th house sun and Mercury retrograde transit are for, which is establishing what it is that you genuinely want at this point in your life, because your season is right around the corner. And the more clarity you have in terms of what it is that you want, and the more resolution you have regarding any past or lingering experiences, the more space you will have and the more strength of foundation and confidence you will have when stepping into your season. That way you can start this next chapter off right, Capricorn. So keep these things in mind as you navigate the next 4 weeks. If you keep this perspective, you will surely make the most of this time period, and you will set yourself up to have the best rebirth season yet when Capricorn season comes along. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy Sagittarius season, Capricorn. Okay, my powerful Aquarians, when the sun shifts into Sagittarius for you, this will be in your 11th house. So Aquarius, I'm always talking about the ebb and flow of life on my channel, and I've got good news for you, because going into this Sagittarius season, you will be stepping into a flow. Meaning, if you have been working towards a goal for a while, and you've been doing the work in terms of consistency, focusing your energy in the right place, and having the right perspective and consciousness while doing so, then you can absolutely expect to make some major headway when it comes to achieving that goal during the next 4 weeks, because the 11th house does increase the positive energy around dreams coming true. This is also an excellent time to network. So if you've been waiting to reach out to someone for the right time, or if you've been waiting to ask someone for a certain favor, or for someone to hook you up with a connection that you know would work in your favor, now is the time to take action, because the sun is bringing an energy that is not only supportive of these types of undertakings and activities, but this is also a time where the new connections that you do make have positive potential when it comes to deepening relationships from the acquaintance stage to the friendship status. Now, Mercury will be going retrograde on November 25th, and it will remain retrograde until it goes direct on December 15th. So what this will do is it will bring clarity to you in terms of the dreams and desires that you do have for yourself. Meaning, if you've had a goal or a vision for yourself in the past that you let go of for whatever reason, you may realize that this is actually something that you really want, and you may start giving focus to that dream or goal again. Also, if there's something that you have been going after recently, you may realize that this is something that you no longer want. So when it comes to your goals and your wishes and your ambitions, Aquarius, Mercury retrograde will bring anything from the past for you to mentally sift through, and it will bring awareness to anything from the present in order for you to come to a clear and concise conclusion of what your goals are now and what your goals will be moving forward into the near future. Now, when it comes to relationships, Mercury retrograde may bring a friend back around that you had a falling out with in order for the two of you to resolve any issues and reconnect, or if there's a friend that you currently have and there's an issue unresolved from the past between the two of you, this will be the time for that issue to come up so the two of you can address it, resolve it, and then deepen the connection. So overall, Aquarius, the Sun in Sagittarius and Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius are going to be positively working together to assist you in being clear on your goals, in achieving those goals, in making sure that your friendships and connections are supportive, healthy, and these energies will even serve to broaden that circle of friends so you can step into Capricorn season and the end of 2024 on into 2025 with a very positive momentum, ready to expand and manifest the life that you envision for yourself, which is very exciting. So embrace this energetic opening and happy Sagittarius season, Aquarius. Okay, my powerful Pisces, when the sun shifts into Sagittarius for you, this will be in your 10th house. So Pisces, I know this is not your favorite topic, but this is that time of year where it is very important for you to give energy to this area of your life. And if you do, you will find not only will you end this year feeling more confident and with a stronger foundation, but you will also step into 2025 understanding exactly where you are going, and you will have the optimism to know exactly how you're going to manifest the vision that you have for yourself. Now, the topic and the area of your life that I'm referring to is your professional world, how it is that you make money. Now, this 4-week period is the time period that the universe has carved out for you to take a step back and look at this area of your life and ask yourself, are you happy with what it is that you do for a living? And if you are, fantastic. How can you now increase this level of happiness moving into the remainder of this year and into the next year? And if you are not happy with it, well, the next question that you're going to ask yourself is, what would it take in order for you to be in a profession that you would enjoy, in terms of what would you need from the current job that you have in order to make it enjoyable? Or if the current job that you have is just not the profession that you want to be in, well, the next question to ask yourself is, what profession would you want to be in that would reflect back to you that type of life that you do see for yourself, and what would it take to get there? Answering these questions can assist you when it comes to deciding what actions to take in order to start making a fulfilling professional world for yourself. Now, if you're a content creator, just know that the next 4 weeks is a time where you can really gain some momentum and engagement and your following, because the sun in Sagittarius heightens the likelihood of a positive reception from the public. Now, it will be important to note that Mercury retrograde phase from November 25th to December 15th, also in Sagittarius, also in your 10th house, which is only going to really assist the sun in bringing clarity to this area of your life, because it's likely to bring opportunities from the past back around, or it's likely to bring a job to an end, which can be scary, but it can also mark the ending of one chapter and then an opening and a start to the next chapter being one that reflects back to you more of what it is that you truly desire. Now, if there's anything unresolved or something that needs to be tended to, and this includes rocky relationships that need addressing, this Mercury retrograde is likely to amplify these things as well and bring them to the surface in order to give you the chance to tend to these issues, so that way you are not carrying any of this baggage or any unresolved energy with you into the remainder of 2024 and the start of 2025. So overall, Pisces, the next 4 weeks of the sun being in Sagittarius, and during that time of Mercury going retrograde in Sagittarius, this is going to be an opening where your past and your present come together to give you a very clear picture of where you are now and who you are now, so you can get a very clear understanding of how you want to move forward in terms of what it is that you do for a living and how that can be a more fulfilling part of your life. How much money do you want to make while doing it, and an inspiring plan to achieve these goals. Just remain open. Know that whatever shows up in some way is working in your soul's best interest, and give yourself the challenge of, by the end of this Sagittarius season, being very clear on what you want to achieve, not for the rest of your life, but just for 2025. So that way you end this year knowing where you want to go, and you start next year with a strong momentum of confidence, optimism, and capability. You can do this, Pisces, so embrace this energetic opening, and happy Sagittarius season, Pisces. Okay, so there you have it. What to expect overall during this Sagittarius season from November 21st to December 21st, including this Mercury retrograde transit from November 25th through December 15th. So let's stay focused on making the choices that lead to the actions that support your truth and will assist you in manifesting the things that you desire and definitely deserve. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget the baby tap. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and hang out with me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.